Working from home today. Working from home today with the wife.
That's me, the wife.
The wife. What are we working on today?
I'm updating my portfolio because some of the live links were no longer working. And I need to make sure that they're always live. So that's why you upload PDFs if you are showing samples of your written work.
PDF file. He the 69 God. Hey. So I just created an artifact inside of Claude, and then I transferred it. So this is like a live event assessment, lead capture thing that I created for Annie. And then I decided to build it inside of Lovable because it wasn't doing the back-end functions I needed it to inside of Claude. And now I'm working on mine. So basically, full assessment, talking about AI. It's asking me some questions, confirm email method, blah, 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 blah. Yep, that's fine. Excuse me. Here, let me type because I can't do this with one hand right now. So, yep, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm driving to this event, about to speak. Really excited. I love this neighborhood. I have no clue where I'm at right now. I don't know what it's called, but every time I get a chance to come over here by Mount Bonnell, I'm excited. Those are all the cars lined up to go up there. But basically, yeah, man, we'll be there in about 13 minutes, looks like. So we are headed there, and I will be back with updates as soon as we land. Look at that view. This place is still freaking magical, man. Austin's still dope, for real. But anyways, this should be a pretty cool event. I'm kind of concerned it's gonna be a scorcher, like super hot while we're doing this, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I'll be back. So we're back. The beloved property, same place we got married. This is pretty cool, man. Feels good to be coming here to talk about business, and even had a call earlier today, just kind of going through the process of starting to talk to people about AI. And talk on Man 512 about AI. It's a dream come true, man. It's so cool. So cool to be a part of this and see these things. People are starting to arrive. It's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, that's so cool. All right. We got cameras. There's gonna be a lot of cameras here. Media event. True media event. There we go. So cool, man. I've been here a million times, but like it's so cool to get these views. Look at the cars going by. Yeah, and the sun is gonna be like right behind the screen, just like I thought. Cool, maybe it'll be blocked. We'll see. It's like its own place, like its own country over here. We're about to get started. Had a little delay because of the weather. It's so freaking hot out here. But I'll be sitting right there on the panel.
Testing.
Testing,
These things work. That's cool. We got Annabelle right here. They actually got married here, guys.
Woo!
Yeah, they got married there. It's crazy. So, are you guys ready? Yeah. All right, Jordan, you want to sit down and we'll get this thing going. Feels nice here. Way better than over there. True. Let's get these on real quick. Let's see if we can get them on. Yeah. More chairs? I think there's more chairs up there that people are not sitting in yet. Hey, Ivy? Where's Ivy? Hey, Heather, is there any more chairs over there?
Yeah, there's one there.
There's some chairs up there.
Right here.
Is it that?
Are you clicking it too or what?
Yeah, it just turned it on right now.
It's AI. Here, you check. Oh, we might have to.
Yeah. That worked. What's that number right there? Alrighty, we got Jordan.
Thanks. Jordan Hill.
Jordan.
Thank you for that. I've been a data consultant for the past 8 years. Recently made the transition over to an AI engineer, only because someone told me that. I took a software engineering role where I was only building with AI tools, and I was able to be the first at an organization that does $1 billion in revenue. And it's been a wild ride ever since. The beautiful thing about it, and the reason I'm so excited to speak today, is I just started 8 months ago. So I know what it's like to start. I know what it's like to know that you don't know everything you might want to know at a given time, but I was still able to build quite a bit and ship with confidence, solve real problems, and get paid handsomely to do so. So I'm excited to talk about real estate and how you can integrate these tools for those purposes as well.
Awesome, thank you. We got Annabelle.
Hi everyone, Annabelle Hill. Changed my name here under that pergola. I'm a marketing strategist. I have spent the last 7 or so years working on personal brands for folks who then have monetized through course, community, and SaaS tools afterwards. What I want to focus on today with you guys is personal branding, and having led the content and marketing strategy behind some of the big names that you see on Instagram, there's a whole team that supports them. And what excites me about AI is that you can cut the amount of people it takes to consistently show up online and build a marketing funnel so that you're able to do a lot of this on your own. Now, it's still true that the big brands have a lot of people behind them creating content and just being the machine of ideas and constantly being present. However, with AI, you can do so much with just being a one-person show. And so I'm excited about just ways that I've been able to explore that, and then also lead teams that have lead generation, for example, or sales teams supporting them, how we can use AI to cut through the friction and get people onto more serious buyer conversations sooner.
Awesome, I love that. So I want you to hold on to the mic because I want to start with you with the questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
One of the questions that a lot of people really wanted to know was this one. It was, how can AI streamline the content creation process for businesses? So if you can just give a little bit more in depth on that.
Yeah, so I started my career as a copywriter, and that meant doing a lot of research for where is somebody in the buying cycle, what is it that they want to hear, and what are the hooks that make sense, right? I would pass on the scripts to somebody who is in video, and they would figure out what's the shot to take. And then video is typically, but not always, also the editor. And so then they would know, okay, here's how I want it to be formatted in the reel or in a documentary style format, right? And so with AI, you don't have to pass hands so much anymore. You can just be one person who knows, hey, I want AI to write this script for me, and I have a couple of, I have a framework, a storytelling framework that I want to use for my videos, for example. And now you can go ahead and record that. And if you wanted to take yourself out of recording, there's also AI tools like HeyGen, for example, that makes a really good clone of you, where maybe you and like your closest family members would tell that it's not you, but the rest of the world would not, right? And so it's just opening up a world of possibilities of how much do you want to do on your own versus have some strategy and scripts already written for you.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. We'll actually have one more for Jordan. What would you say that I know that you had a tool that you specifically built for people that were going to attend today. Is that something that you can speak on and maybe kind of speak on how that would help in businesses like Johnny's?
For sure. So for me, I've been building mostly internal tools. So things that are used by business owners to pass the baton, so to speak. One thing that I've learned about AI and real world use cases, right? I go into this big organization, the first thing they had me do was build an automation. I was like, that's like bringing a bazooka to a knife fight. Like, what are we doing? Like, I can do that in my sleep. And it's funny because oftentimes when you see the AI thing, you see it do a crazy video and makes a Marvel style, Michael Bay style movie or something, right? And you're like, wow, I can do that. Yeah, you could, but first of all, it's expensive. You don't really probably want to do that, right? So it's the same way in business. You want to be able to have something that's as useful as possible, and you want to start small. The tool that I built is a scraper tool. So me and my partner, he's looking for a property right now, and he was like, hey, I actually need a kitchen that's a certain color, and I want to make sure there's a deck in the backyard, but you don't see that on the MLS. And so what he's doing is using what's called computer vision in order to see into the photos and scrape the actual images of the photos, and then he's analyzing. So it's not like, oh, I push a button and I get exactly what I want. It's more so a step towards that. We are getting deeper into just going further down the dev rabbit hole. Everybody
actually,
hears.
I wanted to ask the audience: is it like who by show of hands owns a business? Is a business owner? Okay, and how many of you guys are actually implementing AI other than ChatGPT? Like, cool. Yeah, it's not a lot, right? It's
Yeah.
Like, because we all know about ChatGPT, we all know about Grok, we all know about like all the basically replacing Google type like search engines.
Sure.
And that's basically what people understand AI to be right now, is like kind of like a companion or some type of like replacement for Google.
Yeah.
And can you kind of give us an idea as to like how to break away from that like idea?
Yeah. So there's what I was going to say is going further like down the dev rabbit hole. There's these things called AI agents. So that's gotten pretty popular as a buzzword, but going deeper than that, there's what's called agent swarms. So it's like a group of agents that do tasks in unison. You can have them do things and hand off the baton to the next task. But it's not going to be something that's super people facing.
Friendly.
So we're thinking send out a proposal. Whenever someone replies, interpret and analyze the reply, and then respond back with a calendar link so that you can book the call, which ultimately requires Johnny to get on the Zoom call and actually pitch, right? So it's not like, hey, I can go from prospecting to closed sell just by pushing this button with this AI, right? And it doesn't need to be that. right? So I would say going from chatbot, I'm just using ChatGPT. For me, that's how it went. ChatGPT, go high level workflows. Then it got into APIs, and then I got into agent building, and now swarms.
Okay. So just those of us who don't know what APIs are, how would you?
Yeah, so an API is a way to use a tool without having to use the interface. So let's say on Instagram, I want to post all the photos that are in a certain Google Drive that I have. I can set up two APIs, one from Google Drive to fetch the photos, and then another API within Instagram that allows me to post those same photos.
Cool. So I'm just curious now, because now that after hearing you talk about all these new ways that you've been able to use AI, how would you define yourself as like a business owner? Would you define yourself as a business owner, or how did you even get to that point where you feel like you're becoming more entrepreneurial?
Yeah.
With AI?
So
did AI help you become or identify more as an entrepreneur?
Not necessarily. So I identify most as a consultant.
Okay.
I've picked up jobs in between things for the past, I want to say, maybe decade. It's been kind of that route.
Right.
But it's been really interesting to also label myself as an engineer because of a contract that I picked up where everybody started calling me that. And I was like, well, I guess that's what I'm doing. But in my mind, I'm just solving puzzles and playing around all day.
Right. Yeah.
But it's that curiosity. It's this constant attitude of I get to solve puzzles all day.
Cool.
Versus this is hard, I don't want to do this, and then you quit. And that mentality with all of this stuff, it just doesn't lead to anywhere. Because essentially, if you run into a problem with the rate that AI is moving, you're going to find a solution if you wait a week. Yeah.
I like that. I'll come back to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Business owner, you're always going to run into a problem.
Yes.
And with the rate of technology, it's going to take a week.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I was asking that is because I kind of want to go around asking the panelists how they became an entrepreneur.
Relationship building one-to-many, right? So people have a relationship with you, but you don't necessarily know them yet. This is where it's really important to understand psychology. And when I think about ChatGPT or Claude, some of those search-based chats, who here is using it as a copywriter?
Yeah.
A couple people.
Mm-hmm.
Who here is using it as a strategist? Maybe like what to do.
Definitely.
How many people are using it as a psychologist?
Not yet, but I feel like I'm getting there.
How about somebody like a body language analyst?
Wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
What about a relationship analyst? Okay, so a couple of those things. When you are in marketing, there's something called a funnel, and you're bringing people in from not knowing who you are, so that's top of funnel, to kind of having a relationship with you, that's middle of funnel, to ready to take an action with you, that's bottom of funnel. And what I like to use ChatGPT for is understanding where somebody is on their buyer's journey, so that I know what it is that I need to ask, right? What it is that I need to create content from top of funnel, right? What are the materials that they need to see that's proof of you are who you say you are and you get the results that you say you do? That's middle of funnel. I asked ChatGPT, what is the perfect piece of content, not just for social, but like a white paper or a brochure or a neighborhood guide? What would take somebody to the next step in the conversation? And that's bottom of funnel, right? One of the things that I love to ask, because ChatGPT and Claude are only as good as you being able to prompt it. So I like to get out of what does Annabelle know? And in the case of real estate, maybe you could ask, how would Gary Keller handle the situation? What is a Gary Keller strategy to lead generation or to
I like that.
content creation, right? Start thinking about how do I use somebody else's brain power to ask questions I never would have thought of? And how do I make sure that I'm tapping into somebody's
psychological state of getting to know you, I don't know you, or I'm ready to do business with you, to then make a content plan for your scripts, for your sales calls, for wherever you are in that funnel.
I like that. Okay, cool. So just from what you were saying there, I thought about a lot of people that might be in the audience that have some kind of idea of AI as being like I don't want to. I've talked to a lot of people who say this, and they say that they don't want to use AI because of ethical issues or safety issues, or they have concerns about that. What would you guys have to say about that, you or Jordan?
My thing is, you either use it or somebody else is going to use it.
And take your job.
And take your job. So you might as well learn to use it. I will say, I replaced myself. My favorite job before was overthinking and planning. But ChatGPT is way better at that. So it forces me into action.
Cool.
All right, so the first hackathon I ever attended was a Meta-sponsored event. We did it at their headquarters downtown. And they were introducing their Llama model, which is a local model. And what that means is it can run on your laptop, if it was small enough, your phone. It's on device. There's no cloud, there's no internet connection. It's 100% offline. I could be in the middle of the forest and still use this AI that's embedded in the actual hardware, right? So being able to use that in a privacy situation where you have sensitive information, you have people's finances on there, you have personal information, date of birth, social security number, whatever. And as in the financial world, you have to deal with that. But also in healthcare, you have to deal with that. And I dealt with I spoke to a lot of devs who work at health tech companies as devs. And that's how they do it, is you just use a private model. And then you don't have to worry about data privacy, ethics, any of that stuff. Yep.
Cool. That takes me to my next question. So, as those of us who are not business owners, but like working for a company, maybe it be in sales, or maybe it's even just like as some kind of caseworker or something like that. How can they use AI tools to help make them more efficient for their job, so they don't lose their job to someone who is using those tools?
The best way to approach it, first, the short answer is build your own tools. Build internal tools, build tools that only you are going to use, and make them so good because of your performance. People say, hey, you must be doing something. Then it's time to, hey, I'll show this to my manager, or I'll sell this to XYZ. But don't build to sell, build to be effective. That's the first piece. And the best way to do that is take inventory of what you're doing in your business that's taking either a lot of time or is just monotonous, tedious, things that are, you can't afford not to be accurate. Because guess what? AI, machine learning, compute is going to be better at most tasks that are extremely monotonous and multi-step, where you need to be accurate. I think when Annie said she's using AI to kind of tap into a second brain, I remember distinctly taking 4 or 5 books, putting them into ChatGPT as projects, and then I had a sales guru of sorts that was pulling information and on process from like 5 New York Times bestsellers at the time. And I was like, this is so dope, and this is the way to sell, because it's not based on my opinion. This is based on someone's opinion that they already know the sales game. They've already hit the finish line. So start thinking about, how do I leverage this tool to be way more accurate than I could ever be? We're in a world right now where if you're a statistician, you're expected to have a calculator and use it really well. And there's people who are fighting, wanting to do everything by hand. Long division. Like, why? What are we doing?
Wasting time.
Yep.
Not efficient.
Okay. Hey, Jen, yes. So I personally have not used it yet. I have a colleague who has, and he's scaled his offer to in the millions. He's in the info space, though, and high ticket courses. So obviously it's a high transaction there. But yeah.
How's he using that to market?
So he does thought leadership content. It's all face to camera. So he's
Talking head.
a talking head. Yeah. And if you don't know who he is, his name's Damon John, but not Damon John. Damon James. I did work with Damon John. Damon James is somebody else who uses HeyGen. Anyway, if you didn't know who he was, it looks very close to him. When I first started seeing the content he was putting out, I was like, is this him? Or is he using HeyGen? And he uses HeyGen. So it's really cool to know that, like, it can be scaled. I haven't personally used it yet.
I'm sorry, quick question. So is this him or is he using HeyGen? What do you mean by that?
I didn't know if he was in the camera himself actually recording all of that. He's a very talented copywriter, but I was like, I can't imagine him spending his time filming content.
It's honestly not much. Like you're basically gonna only have a few spots, but they're all cool.
I don't really know. All I did was drive around the golf cart, going to different spots, coffee shops, the beach, and that was it. All we did was the beach and coffee shops.
Those people are cool. I like them.
I figured out how to get up this hill real fast. A lot of people are just trying to go straight.
Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, barely.
You good?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of go at an angle, otherwise you'll get stuck.
Oh, hit the angle. Hit the angles.
You know what I'm saying? No, because whenever we try to get up this ditch earlier, I'm so sorry.
Oh, shit. Playing chicken with the Tundra. We don't want none, big dog. Nope, yep. Yes, sir.
Alright, y'all be safe.
Hey, appreciate you, boss.